Hey, g'day folks, Davey B. Just watched another video there of Mario's this morning. Awesome analogy, man. We have some pretty good conversations. The specific information you gave in regards to, Forrest said it's difficult, but it's not impossible. And your analogy of CPR put on that. I like that. That hit home. Ttotc poem CPR. Love it. So if you don't know how to do CPR, if you're not trained, you can't get the objective result at the other end, which is life-giving. Like you indicated, you can clear the airways, roll the patient, place the hands, do what's necessary to revive life. Using any information, in our opinion, outside the palm is fruitless. It's information. Knowing where to place your hands for CPR is knowing what's important. Knowing how to project breath, potentially provide life into that patient. Mario's analogy is CPR. The patient is the poem. I believe we have revived life out of that poem. Mario is an awesome leader in the thrill of the chase. He stands above all others as far as the information is concerned for reading the poem. We have ideas that are sometimes different from each other, but he applies his analogy and I apply my analogy, and at times we come together and we meet in the middle. What if? And we grab that piece of information out of the palm. What about? That poem is a map. If you present that poem correctly, it is a map. We have pulled information out of that poem that indicates to us that Forrest, there's a special spot for Forrest. The reasons behind that, we have our interpretation. But here's the tricky bit. If we say where that is, we fear that Forrest may not end up where he wants to be. That momentum, that motion may have already happened. That motion may happen in the future. I don't know. If we assume that Forrest has been cremated and he's in a capsule, it's simply a matter of someone grabbing that capsule and going, donk, to wherever that spot is. And this whole concept of solving the poem may give us the privilege of doing that. So if we are given the right, or have given the right solve, we may be the ones that actually do that. But if we make that public, it's not going to happen. because the world will know. So here is our dilemma. This is exactly our dilemma. Us proving to you, the non-believers, because you want to know, when you haven't earned the right to know, is specifically our problem. If we are the ones that have solved the poem and know exactly where Forrest wants to be, we can't say. Because if we do, the world knows. And that will be a stampede of greed, and Forrest won't get his wish. The information that we have provided out there on the internet is sufficient beyond reasonable doubt to the people that know what the answers are. Think about this for one moment. There has to be someone that knows the answers. Or how could you defend that title in a court? You can't. If someone does not know the answer, the solve to the poem, they can't defend it in court. How can Solicitor A defend against Solicitor B when Solicitor A does not know the solution? Solicitor A being whoever represents Forrest. Solicitor B is you, or you, or you, or you, or your solve, or my solve. But when that solve is presented, Solicitor A says, that's it, that's the solve. But the pieces of information, it can't be read like a book. It has to be given in a little bit of information here and a little bit of information there and a little bit of information there. So the world doesn't know. And then it's melded and knitted together, telling a story. So there lies our problem. If Forrest is still in this, because we, argument's sake, we may know where Forrest wants to be, we get the privilege of doing that because we've kept the secret. We can't tell you, or you, or you. You have to earn it. They were Forrest Fenn's words. And when you earn it, you will understand what it is we are trying to say. Until then, you're not going to understand it because you haven't earned it. And when you do finally accept the fact that you have earned it, you'll understand why it can't be said. So I don't know where that leaves us. We can't say that your soul's incorrect or your soul's not 100% or etc., etc. Because we are not Forrest. We need that Solicitor A to be able to say, hey, yes, it is them because they have done this. Or he has done it, or she has done this. Like everybody else, we firmly believe that we have beyond reasonable doubt. And I think Street put out a video yesterday. It's called Burden of Proof. And the definition of that is statement of facts. There's 3 points. Statement of facts, beyond reasonable doubt. I can't remember what the other one is. But we have provided that information. And people that haven't solved the poem can't see it because they haven't solved the poem. This is the beauty about Forrest Fenn's poem, Ttotc, poem CPR. Love it, Mario. Love it. So if the narration is that we actually have to say it, our compassion gets in the way because we're going to stop a man getting his dream. We'd like to help him achieve his dream. And if it's where he wants to be forever and ever and ever, we'd like to help and make that happen. This is why a map is needed. Otherwise you wouldn't know the spot. Understanding what Forrest has done is important. The words, every word he used, everyone just went off willy-nilly, nah, doing stuff all over the place. Mario's made another video this morning. That is the poem. Anything you bring into that, pardon me, is extra to the recipe. It may be an improvement to your taste buds, but the recipe for that cake that Forrest made, the poem, is perfect. It needs no adjustment. It needs no 10 more minutes in the oven. You mix it, you get the information out of it, you apply it in certain points, you put it into a tray, you tap the tin, you flour and tap the tin, put it in the oven to bake. Following the instructions in that poem gives you the method. You find a brick on the side of the road and it's an odd brick to the bricks that you've got at your house getting built, and you only need one more brick. Yes, it's a brick. Yes, it'll do the job. Yes, it's the right wall, the right whatever. Yes, it'll fill that hole in the wall. But it doesn't match the rest of the bricks. It's not part of it. It's an extra. Bringing things from outside into the poem is not what's needed. And if you believe that your soul is correct because you've narrated, pulled information out, like the video Mario showed you this morning, you can't deny the video he's made. He was making a point. All of the information he has got in that video is factual. You cannot deny it. But is it the information Forrest wants you to have? Short video, coming up to 14 minutes. That's the point. Forrest wanted you to find his special place. Forrest has never told us what his trove is. So if you think it's this, in my opinion, you are incorrect. We don't know what his trove is. The reward might be this, but that's not his trove. So what if Forrest has got a little hole somewhere, and for 70 years, from the age of 9, he's dropped, every time he found an arrowhead, dropped it down that hole. Every time he's done, I don't know, found a war relic, dropped it down that hole. Every time he's found an Indian bracelet, dropped it down that hole. That is his trove. Where it is, what it is, no one knows, because it's his secret trove. and he wants to be buried with it. His special spot. It's taken him 70 years. What if that's the case? I have no right, nor do you, through your greed and selfish abilities or wants, saying we are entitled. You're entitled to nothing. Forrest Fenn wanted that poem solved, and he is the only person that needs to know what's going on. No one else. Now, whether that's by representation of a solicitor, so be it. The information we've got is out there. It's already out there. And I don't believe for 1 minute we're going to make it publicly available for everyone to go and destroy Forrest's dream of being where he wants to be. That's the point. So unless you've solved the poem, you're not getting anything. And that's what Forrest wanted. So that's where we're going to leave it for the present moment. And I'd like to see what happens next. If you found a chest, thumbs up, you were meant to find it. But that's not what he wanted you to find. Enjoy your day, folks. I got a beautiful sunny day here at the present moment in time. It's probably 38, 40 degrees, and I'm looking at it's 20 to 9 in the morning. Quick 16-minute video, folks. Mario and I believe we are solid, and that's from across the world from each other. We can't have them nitty-gritty arguments, petty. We can't do it. What Forrest wanted is to rest in peace. And for us to bring that soul out into the public, he is not going to have the ability to rest in peace. The people that need to know already know. Okay, folks, unless you solve that poem, you're not in the game. It's simple. It's pretty simple. If we didn't need the poem, if the information can be got from elsewhere, from the internet, from verbal, from ideas, from theoretical, doesn't matter. If it come from anywhere else, we wouldn't need the poem, would we? Pretty simple. Davey B, out.